Listen, I had to make room. Sometimes I don't know where these...
Something funny. I've showed it to a few friends. I don't know if it's funny, but it's...
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, okay. It occurred to me before I jumped. So I don't have an ACL in my left leg right now, so watch.
That's hilarious! You know what
Where's the joke?
the joke is that his brother is an orthopedic surgeon. Get that fixed, man!
I'm in season. I can't fix it right now.
You're in season? He is.
That deserved a rim shot.
Oh, man. Happy New Year, everybody, for those who we haven't seen yet today.
It's January.
Listen, it's January. Okay?
Here's
How long until you stop saying Happy New Year?
We're going to answer some questions, but we have...
Well, let's answer that question first.
There are more of them. They're more smartly. Smarterly. Smarter.
Stop trying.
When is it too late to say Happy New Year?
February 1st.
Okay.
Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, can you also agree that your Christmas lights for ambient lighting can stay up later than that?
For ambient lighting?
It gets dark half of the day, dude. Clear?
They're white. They're white.
What's a clear light?
Is it a clear light? Or
What's clear mean?
Listen,
You've been to my house, you know what kind of light.
yeah.
listen, it's the whole how long can you leave your Christmas lights up? I'm gonna say, listen, you can leave them up all year, but turn that shit off a week after New Year's, all right? I don't want to see it.
But you still want to say Happy
You
New
know
Year?
why? Because it doesn't make them special when you get to turn them on.
That's right, yes.
If you got them up all year, if you got them on all year, it's not special.
They're not on during the day.
Stop talking to me. When do you turn them on?
When the sun goes down.
The weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
What? Halloween? Surrounded by a bunch of communists.
I read a meme, and it was like, it's just words, and it said something like, oh my God, I cannot believe my...
Isn't that what a meme is?
Well, they can be pictures too.
It's
right?
pictures with words on them.
No, there's no picture, just words.
It's just words. That's awesome. That's not a meme.
It's a poem.
That's just text.
It says something like, it's only October.
We're really gonna figure it all out today, guys. It's all getting figured out up here.
It said,
I hope you're taking notes.
it's only October 10th, and my dumb neighbor already put up Halloween decorations. It's totally distracting from my Christmas lights. And I was like, yep, same.
Funny.
Same. Hashtag. Anyways, sorry. Now that we've solved that and all the problems.
I don't think we did, but moving on.
I think we got it.
Agree to disagree.
Let's go ahead.
Is your Christmas tree still up?
We were in Australia for
They never
Christmas.
put one up.
We had Christmas sand. We had a kangaroo bone.
So we went away for the holidays. We were gone for Christmas all through New Year's, but Danielle had put up our tree at home. Right after Thanksgiving. I was filming in Albuquerque, so she went ahead and put it up. The day we got back, which I think was January 3rd, on the 4th, I had to pack that entire tree up. I had to put, because we've got one of those like new trees that could like, the lights, it puts on a light show for you. Have you seen these things?
Yes.
The tree puts on a light show.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Does it dance?
Yes, it does. And it makes an amazing beef stroganoff too. I had to get that
beef
sucker. I had to get that sucker down immediately. It's like I'm failing right now.
What's your favorite stroganoff? Come on, guys. We're solving the problems of the world right now.
I'm not gonna solve that problem.
But he is handsome.
I was wondering if you ever get nervous, whether it's a scene you're going to shoot or an audition you're going to, how you overcome your fears and go and do that.
Of the stunt or of the scene in general?
Whatever it may be that you're scared of in the moment.
Are there bears involved?
Yes.
Not doing that scene.
Dude, did you see that video of the bear walking down the
I don't want
highway?
to see it. I don't want to see it.
And there was a construction cone that had been tipped over, and the bear literally rights it and then keeps walking. Not kidding. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes. Literally just cruising down the highway, and it just goes.
Okay,
What?
I've been saying that for years. They're alien beings to kill us all and correct traffic violations.
I did track that bear down, and I gave him a key to your house. So
Guess I'm not going home. Hey, Jen. So Jensen did something.
how do you overcome
Fears during scenes.
Fear during scenes.
So
I'd say I'm less fearful of stunt scenes than I am of emotional scenes.
yeah, amen. Yeah. Yeah.
Stunts, that's fun. That's, just get to throw yourself against a wall or dive over a table or get into a fake fight. Didn't get
here's-
hurt at all.
Didn't no. Didn't, it was
Although
like-
you ask him to get into the back seat of a car and he rips the scalp off.
Yeah. Have y'all heard that story?
Oh yeah, this is a good story.
It was first episode of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drinking bleach.
when Bobby drives his car,
Chevelle.
the Chevelle, like into the scene,
In
and
the
then,
restaurant or something?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
we jump in the car and peels
So
out.
Bobby's Chevelle, it was supposed to look like an old beater. So it was a 2-door, like 67 Chevelle, no weather stripping on the windows. It's all rusted out. And so Kim Manners is directing. It was like the first one about the 4 horsemen, or something, whatever. 7 Deadly Sins, I think it might have been called. Something about, I think it was season 3, episode 1. And so we're shooting the sequence, and I'm not a short person, and Bobby and Dean get in the front seat, and so I have to hop into the back seat. It's not really, there's no
It's not a minivan.
there's no delicate way
There's no sliding door.
for me to like crawl into. It's not going to look very graceful, and so I have to like open the door, get the little latch on this vintage car to put the seat forward, and kind of crawl in. And Manners is yelling. Kim Manners is yelling from the village where he's watching playback. He's like, "Hurry up! You're running from a demon!" I'm like, Kim, I'm not 5'2", dude. Like, it takes me a while to make myself fit into this seat. He's like, "Well, we're only a 42-minute show." Because hour-long shows are 42 minutes with 18 minutes of commercials. And so I was like, all right, I got it. And so we, did take 2, and did take 3, and did take 4. And I'm just basically launching myself into the car. I'm banging into everything. And then after probably 5 or 6 more takes, our key hair
Well, no, it was like after the 3rd take or something.
Jeannie Chow,
Jeannie
yeah.
Chow comes up and starts like fixing
She's
his
fixing
hair.
my hair, yeah.
And she
She looks at me
pulls a
and
clump
laughs.
of hair out and goes,
She's like,
and like doesn't say anything, just like, oh my gosh, he's losing his hair. She was like, okay, started thinking about like, we're gonna have to get him on Rogaine, we're gonna have to like starts like formulating a plan, and then comes back the next take and takes off now not just hair, but there's like now skin attached and like blood.
scalp.
And she's like,
yeah.
what is? And finally, she like looks at your hair, and you were scalping yourself off the top of the car every time you got in.
Yeah,
the
the window didn't have weather stripping, so it was just exposed metal. I had to get a tetanus shot, so I'm just trying to launch in. I'm banging everything, so I'm like, whatever. But
You didn't
the
even
metal
feel it.
was pulling. Yeah, I hit my head on a lot of stuff. Y'all can't tell. So I had scalped myself, literally. Like I had taken off. Funny enough, years later, when I had the Crossroads Demon thing, so Jeannie had given it to Robin, our on-set props, and Robin had like put it in the safe, like
The hair
with the scalp, and I used it as my Crossroads Demon thing. Yeah. So
Listen, we're serious about our summoning skills, okay?
Yeah. So, but again, no stuntman required. I was getting into a vehicle, and I lost my scalp.
I don't think we've answered your question at all. The question was, how do you overcome your fear? We just
Buy
talked-
more scalp.
Yeah. That's a really good question. I think it depends on the situation and, you know, just kind of what fear we're feeling. I know he and I are similar in the fact that when we're doing a scene, to some degree, there's just kind of this focusing on what we're doing that's right in front of us, and it's almost like everything else blurs away. And in that 2 to 3 minutes that we're doing a scene, nothing else is being thought of other than playing that character in that moment with whoever else is in that scene. And it's just, it's an interesting feeling because when they yell cut, the real world floods back into your mind. You're like, oh, okay, so it's almost this weird like checking out of the real world for a couple of minutes and then checking back in. What's that like, there's a saying or something like, do something every day that scares you, or something like that, right? And I think the lesson in that is that the more you do something, the more you push yourself, and the more you do stuff that does give you pause, the better at it you're gonna be. And so I think that if there is something that scares you, or if there is something that that you're hesitant on trying, or if it's a scene or something, or if it's, you know, if it's talking to somebody, whatever it might be, the more you can do that, the easier it's going to be. So it got really easy for us after 15 years.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There's a fan right here. At the
Yeah, right.
I got it.
It's not even on.
It's not even, it's on.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Where's my fan? It wasn't a joke.
It was funny though.
Not really.
All right, I got one coming up.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Shannon, and I went to Vancouver Con to see you guys, and I'm glad you're here this time, Jared. I was just wondering.
Thank you, Shannon.
I was wondering, when you guys go back to Vancouver, is there somewhere you always try and eat, or somewhere you always try and go back to?
I mean, at this point, yeah, there's certainly favorite restaurants that we had over the years. Gotham's a steakhouse. Chiapino's is a Mediterranean seafood place. There's really good sushi in Vancouver. But at this point now, like when we go back to Vancouver, we want to go see people that we miss. You know, I'd rather go and sit at a dining table in one of our crew members' houses than sit at a restaurant. So, yeah.
I was born and raised here in Vegas. I know there's a few of us here. Wow, a lot more than I
More than a
thought.
few.
Yeah. So my question is for your characters on Supernatural. If Sam and Dean kept a journal the way that John did, what would be their top hits as far as drawing and what they would put into it about the monsters and the hunts?
I think
Don't fall for the first one. Wait for the second one to come along.
asterisk.
I'm going to say Wendigo would be up there on how to handle that. I would say, I would say the top hit. This will be a number one, numero uno, would be Yellow-Eyed Demon.
Soulless Sam.
Being Dean's. I mean, obviously vampires,
Chuck.
ghouls, gens,
Yeah, Jens. Yeah. I think Chuck.
leviathans,
Fairies. Angels.
fairies. It'd just be one page with 3 words. Fight the fairies. That's it. That's all you need. And then maybe in very small letters at the very bottom of the page it just says microwave.
About us.
Who would be your top hit?
I would say...
What did you enjoy us fighting the most?
I would say how to deal with Crowley just on a personal basis.
Keep him
No, you
out
wouldn't,
my
because
football.
Crowley would do it for you.
That's a good point.
Good, thank you. Hey there.
Hi guys, my name's Heather. Thanks for being here, love you both. My question is for Jensen. I'm just wondering your insights into Demon Dean's indifference toward baby.
I think it was Demon Dean's indifference towards just about anything. That's what kind of made him a demon, was that he did not care about humans or anything in the human world, except maybe karaoke. Yeah. Sweet pipes on that guy.
I'm not gonna say it.
Remember, show us.
Vocal cords. Yeah, I think it was more just a general indifference towards anything. Probably explained it. Although that's a hard one to be indifferent about, even if you are a demon. How dare he? And I will say this: that must have been really painful for Dean to watch this, demon take his vessel and then not care about the car. Yeah, that was tough. It was tough on Dean. It was tough on me. It was hard to play. It's hard to play. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Georgia, and last year I had a milestone birthday but couldn't celebrate because I broke my back. And so I was trying to do this year as a redo year. Any suggestions?
I thought for sure you were going to be like, well, we're glad you're back. That was the obvious one. Just kind of left that one hanging there.
I thought the non-obvious was funnier. Okay, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What were some of the things you were looking forward to doing that year that you did not get to do?
Not backward.
I missed 5 conventions, 4 trips, 9 concerts, and I wasn't able to drive for 7 months.
It sounds to me like you need to get in a car. You need to drive
For 7 months.
for 7 months and hit all the different cities where the bands that you like are playing. Go to those concerts. Come see us a few times, because we've got a few more of these shows this year. And then boom, there's your checklist.
Don't worry about it, guys.
They're not worried about it. Hi.
My question to you both is, what is the worst thing you think Sam and Dean ever did, and why was it leaving Adam in the cage?
I think the boys did the right thing with Adam, as horrible as that sounds. But I don't think Sam needed to spend so much time with Amelia. I didn't write it. She's awesome. She's lovely, but I think he would have went after his brother a little bit earlier.
The worst thing Dean did was probably not dodge a little stick of rebar.
Too soon.
I mean, just a little, That's all I needed. Just, 6 more seasons.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi. Jensen, I have to tell you, my husband loved you as Soldier Boy. He
Quotes me constantly?
constantly.
Gotta watch out for that. That's some of those quotes can get you in trouble.
So my question is, if you had the opportunity to be cast as a villain or a superhero, what would you choose, or what would you like to be?
I mean, I think I got to do it. That's both. I was a superhero and kind of a villain. Kind of. And I say kind of because you know what? He didn't think he was bad.
That doesn't matter. Neither did Hitler.
He was the hero of his own story. That's true. I mean, are you talking about a certain verse, like a certain universe, like Marvel, DC.
If you had the opportunity to do something else in addition to soldier play,
Got it.
what would you want?
I mean, I'd have to say, and even though I do get to voice it, I would be Batman. And to be a villain, I mean, I don't think I'd ever want this job, but I could certainly, I mean, it would be my favorite one. It would be the opposite of Batman, the Joker. But no, thank you. That's I don't want to go down that road. Yeah. What about you? He'd want to shave his head and play Lex Luthor.
I could never follow in Rosie's footsteps. He's too badass.
I just want to ask, I know, Jensen, you have some things in the pipeline, but do both of you have new works in the pipeline?
I don't. No, I mean, I have. If y'all chat with Kat, Walker Independence finished season 1, so yeah. And that still has a few episodes to air. We're still shooting Walker season 3. Go back this week. I'm gonna have to see Spate again in my hometown.
Yeah, would you quit bringing him to Austin?
I know.
He just won't stop calling and going, hey man, let's go out to your brewery. So I can get some free beer.
He sends, as you well know, he sends so many emails. Hey, what am I directing? Hey, what am I directing? Hey, what am I directing? Hey, what am I
That's
directing?
true, he's incessant.
Yeah, it's just easier to just go like, all right, give me an episode. So I just have Walker still going. Hoping to see you guys a lot this year. And we'll see what happens with Walker and Wendy when we see what happens with Walker and Wendy. You know, so I don't have anything else.
Did you say Wendy?
Walker Independence, Wendy. We call it Wendy.
Oh. I thought you were doing something with like the
farting.
No, with Wendy's.
Yes. I'm doing the new Wendy's campaign for the Frosties.
Cool.
Not even cool, cold.
It hurts.
Here, put the thumb on the roof of your mouth.
Oh, what?
Y'all know that trick? If you get brain freeze. You don't know the trick? If you get brain freeze. Your thumb to the roof of your mouth.
Oh no, I just deal with it like a normal person.
Okay, fair enough. Each their own. That's me.
I've got a few things coming this year. I've got a pretty busy first few months of the year on multiple projects, and then I just signed a deal that I don't think I can talk about just yet, but it'll probably be press released soon. So you'll see what that is, and then that's leading to some stuff in development. So yeah.
And my question is about the mystery spot. If the roles were reversed and Dean had to watch Sam die, how long would it take Dean to figure it out, and what would Gabriel have been trying to teach Dean?
It would have taken Dean much longer to figure it out, because I don't know if you've seen that movie Groundhog Day. Yeah. But Bill Murray's character starts to enjoy himself, knowing that he has no consequences of tomorrow. Dean would immediately go down that road, and that could last for some time before he decides that he's bored with that and should probably fix the situation he's in. So I think he would be around a while.
We'd still be filming Supernatural.
We'd still, yeah.
I'd just be dying every episode.
Oh my God, your brother just died. Oh yeah, that happens. Well, what are you up to later? I know. And the lesson that be trying to teach Dean, I don't know that there wouldn't necessarily need to be one. Get your head out of your ass. Could be that. don't eat tacos. You would eat the tacos. I said, yeah, but maybe that's it. And be like, hey, listen, your brother died because he ate tacos.
Maybe you come back to life.
Careful what you eat. Stick to Wendy's.
And then it's a picture, it's a commercial with me.
And yeah, with your thumb on the roof of your mouth.
Saying, try the new Wendy's Frosty. It's not just cool, it's cold.
And that, my friends, is how advertising is done. We are here to announce our new advertising agency, J&J Ads.
And Jensen Ackles, will you sing at our wedding?
Listen, if I have an opportunity to sing at your wedding, I'm going to have to take you up on that. October? You already have a date? How did that happen?
How was I gonna ask you?
What? She's like, I love the fall. We've talked about the date for years. I just didn't think you'd take me up on it. Listen, you let me know, and if I could be there, I'd love to sing for you. Wow.
All right, very cool.
Okay.
All right, going over here, beat that.
And I gotta say, the hat game, guys, is on point.
Haberdasher, he was dashing.
Stop it.
Come on!
Listen, man, you've already got a couple. Just take the wins.
That's fair, that's fair.
All right?
Good point, good point. It's a new year.
I'm kind of curious what kind of middle school boys you were, and if you have any advice for my middle schoolers. They were pretty impressed I was going to meet you, so.
I think I was actually a decent middle school kid.
I was not.
Tell me more.
Avoid having your parents called in the middle of the night by the police department 2 counties over. That was a long ride home. But you know, with today's technology, I could sneak out and be gone forever.
Don't tell her that.
But now most middle schoolers have phones or, Apple Watches or tracking devices like mine will. And you can't get away with the kind of stuff that I would get away with back in the day. So I would say, don't do that. But you're still young enough to where it can be fun.
But one time we were talking with our kids therapist, and he said there's a really interesting way to pose a question to a child. And, at the time our kids were like 4, 8, and 9, or whatever they were. But he said, if you need to ask them something serious, it's often wise to lead like this. You say, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and just so you know, some of these questions I already know the answer to, so I need you to be honest with me.
That's really, I'm going to use that. I would say this to middle schoolers and also high schoolers, and that is, you only get one go around with that experience. Try to get as much out of it as you possibly can. One of the reasons that I'm up here on this stage today is because I had somebody important in my high school life that said, hey, you should go try out for that spring play, that spring. And I was like, I can't, I've got baseball. Yeah, but you've been playing baseball for the last several years.
And you suck.
And you suck. You should go try you should go try as much as you possibly can, because you never know what doors might open. So I would encourage middle school students, high school students to try to expand as much of their experience within that space as they possibly can. Take a photography class, take shop class, join a team, try to play an instrument. Learn a different language. Who knows? Who knows where that might lead? Don't just try to pick a lane when you're in 7th grade and stick to it for the next 6 years or whatever it is. Try to really get as much of what that experience, what that portion of your life can offer, because it's a lot.
My name's Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
I'm just shaking. I'm sorry.
You're awesome. Don't worry about it.
Hi. First thing, I'm a zookeeper, so if you live in the United States, most of the bears are black bears, and they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
Sharon, it sounds to me like you're full of shit. I'm sorry.
This is my 4th time watching the Supernatural series, but I've never watched the last episode, and I was wondering, because the second to the last makes kind of the perfect ending, so I was wondering if you guys think I should watch it or not.
Yes.
If you should watch the finale, the final episode? Sure. Yeah, why not? You come this far. Go ahead and tie it up with a bow.
Put it this way, it's better than bugs.
Anything is better. Yeah, but here's the thing. We watch these shows and we follow these characters and we follow these storylines because they draw emotion out of us. And it's an escape from our life, and we get to go on this journey with these two brothers, and we get to experience what that story and what that journey is through these guys. So I think by not watching the final episode, I think you're robbing yourself of the emotional journey that we got to go through.
And also, if I may add to that, remember when you watch it, that it's the final episode of Supernatural, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the last episode of Supernatural.
Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm from Phoenix. Good to see you guys. It's a little cold in here, and I was going to wear my camouflage jacket, but I couldn't see myself in it.
Yeah, that was well deserved.
So that was mostly for you, Jared, because I do have a Jensen question.
I love it.
I've got
Great.
there you go.
I'll take that.
Jensen,
I win.
it was wonderful to see you perform Radio Company in Nashville. You did such a wonderful job. Thank you very much for doing that. But you left us hanging. When is the 3rd album coming out?
As soon as it's finished. It is currently being mastered, so it is in the mastering process right now. So hopefully by the end of this month, if not February, I would assume. And thank you for understanding how to deliver a punchline. What? No, just keep on keeping on, Zookeeper.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and first off I wanted to say Jensen family business is beautiful. My husband took us on a family trip a few months ago, and we got to go, and it was such a gorgeous brewery, and your beer is delicious.
Was it a family trip or a business trip?
It was a
And I heard it too. I could hear him thinking about it behind me. It's like an old rusty cog of wheels behind me just... Oh, this one sounds terrible. Let's say it. Such an idiot. You'll have to excuse my friend. Well, thank you.